we're not averse of taking. So, as part of my portfolio today, we have startups. We have borrowers who are EBITDA negative and PAT negative, of course. But so we're not averse of working with such companies. We're not averse of working with people who've started off 6 months back, right? The only parameter that you can judge is look at the background of the promoters. Look at the fact that they have certain amount of skin in the game, right? So there are two primary things that we will look at. Whether they have skin in the game and whether they have operational history, if you call it, right, from a work experience perspective. I think these are two big parameters that we check. Like I said, given the fact two-layer approach that we typically have with also knowing who the anchor is, and also having certain amount of relationship with majority of these anchors, makes it a slightly easier for us to then evaluate and to see how best and what kind of product would suit them, right? See, today, from a product perspective as well, right? We don't do only plain vanilla invoice discounting, right? So we've taken this one step further, and we do a lot of pre-invoice financing. So these are post-execution but pre-invoice. So whether it's a GRN-based financing or whether it's especially for the logistics sector where there is a POD-based financing. So those are segments that we've evolved in, and these are things that we have. We've got enough capability already built in internally. We have all the frameworks that we've built. We've worked with so many anchors. We completely understand, how they operate. What kind of proofs I would get and what kind of acknowledgements I would get from them. So, all of this ultimately, all this big data helps in optimizing your risk framework, optimizing how you operate, and therefore, for us, our whether it's a risk ops policy or whether it's a credit policy or whether it's my disbursement policy, it's a continuously evolving process, right? With every new guy that we bring on board, whether from a borrower perspective or from an anchor perspective, we keep evolving there. Two, of course, as an entity, we more just we're a lot. From a solution providing perspective, we're more than just a simple NBFC. I also run a technology side of the business, which is our which is where we tie up with large anchors. So we work with the Sonys of the world and the Parle biscuits. We work with all of Amazon's Indian owned entities, so Cloudtail and Appareo. These are large entities, and we enable vendor financing and early payments for all the vendors of these entities, right? So this also helps us get a lot more data around just industry behavior in terms of also segmentation behavior of these vendors. So all of this data then gets fed into my my risk framework on the NBFC end. And that's how we match parameters.